Doing something. Peace, peace, peace. Welcome to another
Peace of God.
episode of the Parry. You know what I'm saying? I'm your host, Bomani UFG, with my guest co-host Jamal Blood Clot Williams.
Yeah, I'm
Yo,
on
what's up,
midday. I
brother?
like cooked food. I'm here, family. I'm here. Quick jab off the Parry. Don't know what it is. We here, baby.
Yeah, yeah. Yo, man. So anyway, welcome to another episode of the Parry, where we don't pull or duck no punches, and the Parry is fundamental to boxing. Just want to thank my co-host for filling in for my brother Jay Black, who ain't around right
Know it.
now. You know what I'm
That's
saying? He
our
in Puerto
brother.
Rico.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he in Puerto Rico doing it up right now, chilling,
Yeah.
vibing, getting some sun, and also
Which
doing some
wish
work,
we
man.
was out there right now.
Yeah, hopefully he show up, man. He said he may pass through and jump on his live stream with us. You know what I mean? And join us while we
Hey, he don't
discuss.
have to. If I'm down there in PR, hey, I'm gonna have to take a pause on that. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
listen,
saying?
man. Blicky, enjoy your vacation, brother. Well, it's not really a vacation; it's more of a workcation. But nonetheless, that
Right.
boy is out there in the sun, enjoying his time, man. But yeah, again, I got my brother Jamal Blood Clot Williams here with
We're gonna
us
talk
on
about
the
Puerto
Parry.
Rico real quick. Hold on. We're gonna talk about Puerto Rico, and since we're talking about Puerto Rican fighters, Boricuas, talk about Xander Zayas. You know what I mean?
Man, we
One of the
gonna yo,
baddest.
he's the truth. We gonna get into that. We gonna get into that in a second, man. But before we even get into that, man, let me just introduce the people who don't know you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just introduce the people, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself, about your history in the sport of boxing, and what brought you, really what made you fall in love with the sport. But tell the people about yourself real quick.
Well, Jamal Blood Clot Williams, former professional fighter, former amateur fighter. Currently don't box anymore. I was gonna take a fight, but I chose. I was injured in in training camp and so forth like that. So I had to pull out of the fight. But have great sparring here in Atlanta with Coach G, Coach Mike, Coach Wilson. So we just get great workout here. It's just a good look, man. I mean, from 147 to 168, I spar everybody. I don't duck nobody. Southpaw, orthodox. I can bang, I can box, and do whatever it needs to be done. So I fell in love with the sport about 8 years old. My Guyanese stepfather used to watch boxing, and I would be there. I would be there all the time just watching it with him, and fell in love with it. Fell in love with, of course, I'm from the old school throwback era of Iron Mike. He was the baddest man on the planet to me. What really made me love boxing, was really Mike. The anticipation of a Mike Tyson fight, how everybody would gather around, how people would, go get something to drink and the fight be over. So, but just gotta love it, man. Boxing is, it's life, and this is why
Yeah,
we here.
no doubt,
Uh,
no doubt. But let me ask you real quick, man. Give me give me your top five all time favorite fighters, past, present, don't matter. All time top five.
wow, it depends on what class you're talking about, because it's errors. You know what I mean?
Nope,
But you
nope. Just
talking
all time favorite. Don't matter the era, the
all
time. Don't
time
matter the weight
favorite,
class. Nothing.
all time favorite.
Your all
All
time
right, I
favorite
was just
fighters.
having this conversation with a Mexican in my job today. He was asking me, because we were talking about the Canelo fight. He was asking me my top three Mexican fighters of all time. Yeah, right. And I said my top three was Juan Manuel Marquez. You know what I mean? Salvador Sanchez. All right. And I got Marco Antonio Barrera. So those are
Okay,
my three. You know what I mean?
okay,
For
okay,
for
okay,
Mexicans. You know what I
okay.
mean? For Mexicans. I mean, Canelo is new. But to me, he's not a bad mouth. You know what I mean? Like Julio Cesar Chavez. You know what I mean? Juan Manuel Marquez. You know what I mean? Marquez to me was that dude. You know what I mean? He was just that dude to me. You know what I mean? And of course, Salvador Sanchez is the greatest Mexican
No
of
Julio
all
Cesar
time.
Chavez, Senior.
He's there. He's senior. He's there, but
Yo,
I, I, I
he got some names on his list. I mean, some of them decisions
no,
are
he do,
questionable,
he
but
do, he do, he do, he do got some
he got
names.
some Hall of Famers on his list that he done
He
beat,
got
man.
a lot of Hall of Famers on his list, but I got Salvador Sanchez as the #1 Mexican fighter of all time. After him, I got Juan Manuel Marquez. I mean, and over Julio, Chavez. I just like Barrera, man. What he did to my boy Naseem Hamed, man, he just made me a believer, bro. I mean, like, cause I was rolling with Naseem. You know what I'm saying? I was rolling with Naseem Hamed, and when Barrera put that beats to him, I said, man, I fucks with him, bro. I really do. But yeah, you could say it's a tie for #3 when it comes to Mexican fighters. You know what I mean? With
All right, fair enough.
Chavez and Barrera. All right,
Fair
but
enough,
of
fair
all
enough, fair
time,
enough.
I got to roll with James Toney. James Lights Out Tony is one of my favorites. Of course, I come from that era. Of the James Ster. When we're talking about fighters, I'm talking about ones that I used to study, ones that I used to like and emulate. Of course, it's that James Toney. I used to love and I'm gonna tell you a great fight is that James Toney and McCullum fight. Both of them. I mean, Mike McCullum doesn't really get his just due. They don't even really talk about the body snatcher like that, but he was a bad, bad dude, fundamentally sound. The war, I mean, you just look at the fight with him and Julian Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Just a great fights, you know what I mean? And he was a tactician. But again, not to stray from the top five, I would say James Toney.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go with Floyd. You know what I mean? Just because Floyd is a bad mark, I got to go with Floyd. I got Roy in there. So I got three right now. That's Floyd. You know what I mean? You got Tony, James Tony. Ah,
Roy
I
Jones.
can't forget about Roy Jones, but I love Bernard too, man. You know what I mean?
B Hop.
Pause. But
Yeah,
yeah, B
yeah.
Hop, man. I used to fuck with B Hop because he was an upset king. You know what I mean? He was the underdog. Nobody never liked him. They thought his style was boring. And I appreciated that shit. I appreciated all the dirty shit he used to do. I mean, as far as boxers go, he'll wait till the referee goes to the side and just hit you with a little quick body shot. And you can learn a lot. You know what I mean? Another one you can learn a lot from? Andre Ward. If you study Andre Ward, he's a boxer as far as studying is concerned. Boring as shit if you're a casual, all right. But
Yeah,
if you're a
nah. If you're a
boxer
boxing
fanatic,
fan, hardcore fan, you know what Andre Ward was about. You know he was the
you
truth.
you know Andre Ward is that dude, all
Yeah,
right. And I respect him and his story as well. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
No
So
doubt, no doubt. But yeah,
yeah,
but today we gonna get into like Terence Crawford and is he ducking the rematch or is he chasing greatness? Now, before we even get into the topic and start really discussing the topic, I'm gonna play a clip of him on the weighing in podcast with I forgot the guy's name, man. Pardon myself, but shout out to him, man. I think his last name is Hart or something like that. It's called the weighing in podcast where he interviewed Terence Crawford, and Terence Crawford spoke about um the rematch between himself and hold on,
uh-oh.
there you go, there you go.
Yeah.
There he go, the pragmatic Jake Black. What's up, brother?
Oh shit.
What's going on? Y'all see me? Y'all can see me in there?
Yeah, yeah. Now you good? We see
Yeah,
you.
we
We hear
see
you,
you,
brother. You
Jay.
know,
You
we
here?
already,
You
I
here?
already enlightened the crowd. Let them know you was in Puerto Rico. You was on the move. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad you checked in with us, brother.
Y'all
What's good with you?
checking in with y'all, man. What we got going on here?
What
Well,
I
up,
couldn't
Shay?
hear
What up,
y'all.
we
family?
I had to check
discussing.
in because I couldn't hear y'all.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
okay.
can you hear me now? How's
No,
the sound, brother? Oh,
I
you
hear you
can't hear us
crystal
because you
right
in the
now.
you can't hear us because you moving around in Puerto Rico with all types of ruckus going on back there. You probably got some young ladies in the back. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you over there moving and grooving how you supposed to, brother.
This was a
You know what I'm
business trip.
saying?
You heard? This was a business trip.
Are you Che Black in it or Chuck Blue in it?
I'm saying, I'm somewhere in the gray area right now. You heard? Somewhere. So
Hey, I'm not
Yeah,
even mad at you, man. I appreciate that. Enjoy yourself out there, man.
got the brother, yo, who what's up with you, man?
You
Got the
know, you
homie
done
on
know family. You know, the whole family, we here, baby. You know what I mean? Quick
holding it
jab off
down,
the Parry. Yeah.
holding it down, holding it down. That's what's up, man. But yeah, real quick, cause I can't stick around too long, cause we out here riding around. But yeah, so we talking Terence Crawford, man. What's going on, man? Where we at, man? Put
is
me
he
up.
is he ducking the rematch or chasing greatness, man? You know, before I know you ain't got a lot of time, so before I even get into playing the clips and showing the tweets, just give me your insight of what you think Terence Crawford is doing right now. You know, his weight is up to about a buck 80 right now, and he tweeted out that, you know, 168 pounds ain't too far out of reach. And also, he stated that the Terence Crawford Errol Spence rematch has to take place at 147 because nobody specified that they couldn't make the weight of 147. So, and also his man Steven Nelson said that everybody's kind of hoping that Spence don't take the rematch. So it looks like he's trying to go ahead and just get the winner of Canelo Charlo. What you say? Is he ducking the rematch or he chasing greatness? What you saying?
All right, I'm saying here's the foolishness real quick, because this is a little bit layered right here. So he's walking around at 180 and he's saying that at 147 is where they need to fight, which I would see both of them saying, let's just go up to 154, unless it's specifically because I want to defend the title and then keep the title. But that wouldn't make sense if I'm going to be going up to 168 in the next fight. So I don't see logically, practically, I'm the pragmatic, so practically it doesn't there's no practicality in deciding to fight and starve myself if I'm walking around at 180. Secondly, I like to say at 168, to be walking around at 180, does he not realize Canelo is walking around at 200, which I'm sure he does. But these fighters, so even though he's walking around at 180, fighting at 147, you got fighters walking around that should be fighting that as a heavyweight. If you want to get technical, walking around at 200 pounds to take off what what's that? To take off what's that? 18 pounds, some shit like that.
He taking. I mean, if you fighting at 147, coming down from a buck 80, you know what I'm saying? You dropping a
But
close to
that's
20,
still a
30
20
some pounds,
pound
man.
difference though. With a
Yeah.
if he's talking about 168 going up to fight a Canelo. If Canelo's walking around at 200, he's walking around at 180. You're still the smaller guy coming up. Now, the answer to
Well,
the
we know that.
question, is he chasing greatness or is he ducking the fight? He already proved. I mean, it's not like it's something that people don't think he's gonna go out there and bust this kid's ass all over again. Like, come on, man. Like, this was an alley mugging right here, man. A back alley,
Facts.
back street
Facts.
mugging.
Mm.
This wasn't a fight. You know what I'm saying? He took his lunch money and sent him home with all busted up. You know what I mean? Remember when Willis tried to hold down Arnold and he ended up in the spittle? Something like that.
Facts.
It's something like that. So I don't see it being no type of duck as far as chasing greatness. Absolutely, absolutely. You're talking about going up to fight Canelo at 168. Let's keep it a bean. After that, where does he go? I'm gonna tell you where. Hall of Fame, retirement. 5 years later into the Hall of Fame. That's where he goes.
He don't go. He really doesn't have to fight again. You know what I mean? If he chooses to, it's really on him. But I think he's chasing greatness. He doesn't need to fight, as they're saying. You know, some people are saying that he's ducking. Boots, which that's a high risk, low reward. Let Boots clean up the division. There's really no need for Terence Crawford to fight Boots right now, even if he is his mandatory. There's really no need. He needs to chase greatness. He needs to fight, the winner of the Charlo Canelo fight. I think that would, solidify his greatness even more. Um, you know, beat up either one or beat up both of them. You know what I mean? That would be great. That's just my opinion.
I'm gonna say this, man. When it comes to Boots Ennis, I want to see Boots fight a former champion first. Fight somebody that actually did something in the sport
Keith
and not a
Thurman,
bunch of cat burgers.
Ugas. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do understand a lot of these guys don't
So
want
you
to fight
saying
him.
Boots needs some jewelry?
I'm
So you
saying
saying
Boots needs
Boots
some.
needs some
He needs some
jewelry to take
scalps
to the
on his
party?
resume that's worth something. He needs some scalps on his resume that's
He
worth
said
something
he
before
needs
he
a
start
Keith
jumping up
Thurman.
there
He needs a
trying to fight the
Ugas. He
top
needs a,
dog. I
yeah.
think Keith Thurman needs to go ahead and fight him because they both got something to gain from this fight. Both of them.
Keith Thurman don't
Keith
want to
Thurman got
fight him.
something to
Keith
gain from
Thurman.
We're
beating
more
a
likely to.
Boots in it.
Well, I'm hearing that
Keith
they're
Thurman
giving
want
him
to
an
fight
offer
Carissa
right now.
Shields.
Exactly.
I'm hearing that Enos. I'm hearing that Enos is giving him an offer.
Keith Thurman?
Is giving Thurman an offer.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm hearing
that's
that
true.
they're giving Thurman an offer.
But
Yeah.
allegedly,
Showtime. For a
Keith
fight on
Thurman is saying
Showtime.
it's a low ball. Keith Thurman is not accepting the low ball offer from Boots Ennis because he knows it's high risk, low reward for him. You know, he wants
There
a
is
big
no high
payday.
risk, low
Yo, the
reward
dude
for
fought
Keith Thurman, though, and that's the
two times
problem.
in 4 years. Like, what's a
Listen,
low ball
Exactly,
offer
most
but
of
for
the time
somebody
Keith
that
Thurman.
you've been on the bench blowing flutes? You know what I'm saying? With your
Listen,
wife up
exact
in the
blowing
hills in the
flutes,
park.
yeah,
No
with his
disrespect.
yeah,
I'm gonna
but
say right.
he wants a big payday because to him, he feels as if he's still the champ. He just lost to Manny Pacquiao, and that's his only loss. So he feels that his competition level, the ones who he has fought, supersedes anybody who Boots has fought. So he's coming to the bargaining table like, nah, I need more money.
So
You
what are they
know,
offering? Purse parity, or are they trying to say that Boots gets the bigger share of the cut?
No,
Boots is
Keith
supposed to.
Thurman is
Yeah.
the A side. Let's keep it a bean. Keith Thurman is
I'm
the
not
A
saying
side
he's
in the
not. I'm
situation.
asking the question. Is he
Yeah.
saying that Keith Thurman should get the smaller side of the cut? Or are they saying that they should be fighting for purse parity? What's going on?
That's a good question.
Because I don't know what the
Definitely a good
offer
question.
is. It's always, there's always claims of being lowballed and all that, but I don't know what the offer is. Now, Keith Thurman is in no position to be claiming anything is high risk, low reward. He needs he actually needs to get back in the ring, look
He
impressive,
do. He need
so that he
he
can
needs a fight.
get
Yeah.
himself in the mix with someone like a Spence, with someone like, well, you can forget about Crawford from the way that's looking, but
He
That's
need to go
over.
fight
possibly
Ugas.
with the Charlo
He need to
or
go fight
somebody.
Ugas or somebody at 47. You know what I mean? Before he fights Boots. Even a
Who
Stanionis.
is this, Thurman?
Yeah, he
Stanionis is
needs
a
to
good
fight
fight.
Oh, you
somebody.
talking about
That's a good
Thurman? You
fight
said
for him.
Thurman, Keith.
Yeah, I think Keith needs a comeback fight before he fights Boots and gets his ass whooped by Boots. He needs to fight a Stanionis, one of them type of dudes, some type of contender at 47. But he don't need to jump into the fire with Boots because Boots is going to wash him. His first
So you
fight
already
back,
saying you already saying Boots is washing Thurman. Like you going on record. Like you
Boots is
going on
watching
record
Thurman.
saying
I put it on the record
And
right
see,
now. Boots is watching Thurman. Yeah.
with that logic, see, I don't think Thurman has that in his mind that he's gonna get washed. I don't think any of these
me neither.
boxers have
He
it in their mind
doesn't.
that they're
He
gonna get
doesn't.
washed. So if
He
he
still
doesn't
think
have in his mind that he's gonna get washed, this makes perfect sense. You Enos is becoming the boogeyman. We was talking about
fact.
Shakur, the boogeyman at 135. Enos is becoming the boogeyman at 147. Get him out the way if that's what you think. If you feel like that, get him out the way and raise your stock in the process. It's
I
just
mean,
that
look,
simple.
if we being honest, the 147-pound division is not the same as it was when Errol Spence was making his run. It's not. You know, a lot of the killers, a lot of the big names are out the way already. Danny Garcia done already moved up. He about to move up to 154 if he even fight again. Keith Thurman
If
been
he
out the
even
mix.
fights again.
Right. Keith Thurman been out the mix for the last 4 years. Errol Spence done got the brakes beat off him already. Right? And Sean Porter retired. So who you got left? You got Boots, Stanionis, Virgil Ortiz moving up to 154 from what I'm hearing. So
Yeah, because Virgil Ortiz can't make weight. He's been
right,
draining himself out. He's been depleted. He
he got a
dehydrated,
disease.
fainting.
He got some type of disorder, some type of disease that I don't even know. You know, I can't really speak too much on it. I don't know all of the facts, but I was reading something about him having some type of disorder, which I think is kind of making it worse or harder on him to make weight, to cut weight.
That's true.
So he's moving up to
It is.
154. So Boots, the 147-pound division is wide open for you. And if Keith Thurman, if you can still make 147, you knock off Boots. you kind of the king once Bud is gone. You could go ahead and scratch, we snatch up them belts. I don't think Stanionis could beat Keith Thurman. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know if Boots could beat Keith Thurman because I ain't seen Boots in the ring with nobody on that level. I'm just being honest. We just going off the eye test. Yeah, it looked like he could probably beat Keith Thurman off the eye test. He got a lot of talent, very athletic, got
From the
power in both
activity,
hands, switch hitter.
because
Yeah,
you got to keep in mind, like you said, Keith has been inactive for 4 years. He needs to
right,
pick up and fight, a low level contender before he jumps and fights, Boots Ennis. That's just my
right.
opinion.
So,
I agree.
so Yahoo, what makes you believe that Keith Thurman gets washed by Boots Enos?
Only because of the inactivity. All right. The inactivity of the inactivity of Keith Thurman is it's gonna catch up to him. All right. You got this young lion in Jerron Boots Ennis who's fighting all the time. He's in the gym 24/7. All right. He's not too far off from his walk around weight is not too off from his fighting weight. I don't think he balloons up to more than 160. All right, but he's in the gym all the time, and from my understanding, he's one of the gym rats. All right, it's well known in boxing circles that he stays in the gym. Not only is he training, but he's training other people, and he's a bad man. I mean, it's known in boxing circles he's a bad motherfucker. So we just want to see what he's going to do. I mean, we really do, man. We need to be able to, get his young lions, let him fight somebody, man. You know what I mean?
I agree. Let him fight. Go ahead. Finish your point.
My point is that he needs to fight somebody, man. You know what I mean? Jerron Boots Ennis he got all the talent in the world, but if you're not fighting nobody can see who you fight. If you're fighting taxi cabs, drivers, of course you're gonna look good. So he's got to step up his competition so that he can get the recognition.
Indeed, I agree wholeheartedly as far as what you just said about stepping up the competition so we can get the recognition. I also feel that I would have to lean towards Thurman though, just based off of the level of competition. Thurman
And I'm not mad at that. And like you said,
he is a world champion.
He only lost to Pacquiao.
You said what?
His only loss was to Manny Pacquiao. And some people,
and it was a good fight, and that was a damn good fight.
And it was a good fight. It was a damn good fight.
We're talking about
it was a close fight, and despite of the knockdown, it was a really close fight.
Yeah.
And we're talking about a legend. He lost to Manny Pacquiao. There's nothing wrong with losing to a Manny Pacquiao.
And this is why he still feels. This is why he still feels that he's the A side, and he needs more money. You know what I mean? Fighting Boots.
In a fight with
Yo, he could get more money if he stay busy.
Absolutely the A side. Wait a minute. In a fight with Enos, he's absolutely the A side. That's without being said. However,
that would be debatable right now. All right, because of popularity.
To say Enos watches him, I think that it's a possibility. Enos, like Bomani said, if you're going off of the eye test, it's a strong possibility because he looks like the goods. The problem is that we haven't seen him in world-class competition.
That's correct.
Thurman in world-class competition. I would have to lean with Keith Thurman if I was looking at that fight and had to pick a winner. And even the fact that you said that the inactivity is what's making you lean to Enos is still, I mean, inactivity is one thing, but being in the gym and staying in shape, staying active, sparring, that right there, it can be a big factor to get you back in the ring with that inactivity. So it's what he's doing.
Let me just remind the viewers, please, to jab that like button, uppercut that subscribe button, and go ahead and slap around that share button. And you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter, or X, or whatever you want to call it, at the Parry 101 on both platforms. You know what I'm saying? Show your brothers some love. But go ahead, Jamal, what you about to say, brother?
Oh man, I think it's been a great year of boxing this year, man. It's just been a great year, man. I wanted to talk about this fight coming up next weekend. This Charlo and Canelo fight, man. I want to know y'all take and who y'all got on coming up.
Well, I'm gonna save my take for when we do the fight preview next week Friday, when we do our Canelo Charlo fight preview. If you want, you know what I'm saying, you're more than welcome to come join us, brother. You know what I'm saying? We do our
Word.
fight preview. But in a nutshell, you know, I'm just gonna say, look, man, I'm looking forward to the fight. You know what I'm saying? I already got my pay-per-view booked. I'd like the undercard. The undercard, which we're gonna get into a little bit later, a little bit.
Where are they fighting at?
They fighting in Vegas in the T-Mobile, I think,
They fighting in
if I'm not
Vegas, right?
mistaken.
T-Mobile Arena.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I believe so, if I'm not mistaken. But the undercard is what really got me. Like, this is gonna be a nice pay-per-view, man. With Ugas versus Mario Barrios, and you got
Who you getting to
Erickson
the undercard
Lubin
real quick?
versus Ramirez. Like, yeah, we gonna get into the undercard a little bit later, but after we kind of
Okay.
nail down this the main topic we want to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm about to slide, and I just wanted to say, as far as that fight goes, Charlo is gonna have to knock out Canelo twice to get a decision in Las Vegas.
And I agree. He's already down 3, 4 points already before the fight starts. No, for
Yo,
real. He's already down 4 points
That's right.
before the fight even starts.
I can't
Exactly.
remember that
All right.
judge
He
name
has
that
Exactly.
got
scored that gave him the draw against Floyd. I can't remember that damn judge's name, but if he judging,
Moretti, I
yeah,
think. I think
yeah,
Dave Moretti or one of the,
Dave
yeah.
Moretti,
Yeah, but
yeah.
yeah, one of
Nah,
the
he
Listen,
yeah.
if I
motherfuckers.
hear
But
any of them, what's his name? Not Lou. Yeah, Filippo. What's the other one? Shirley,
Or if
whatever. I
Harold
hear
yeah,
Letterman's
any
yeah,
of
the
them.
if
lady.
Harold Letterman's daughter up there, man. If Letterman's daughter
If
up
I
there
if I
judging
hear
too, it's a wrap.
Letterman, if I hear Sherby, if I hear any of these clowns, Moretti,
Dave Moretti.
if I hear his name is he's infamous. But Dalby Sherby, he did the De La Hoya Trinidad card, and he scored
Yeah,
the 12th round for De La Hoya
crazy.
after scoring the first half of the fight for Trinidad. Now he
Listen,
gave
man.
the fight to
Listen, man. I'm
Trinidad.
not even getting into that fight no more, man. Me and Che done had many arguments.
We talking about with the Felix Trinidad
At De La Hoya fight.
and
Viva Puerto Rico! I'm out here right now.
uh,
Shout out to Trinidad. I'm in Trinidad country right now.
You
Peace
should
to
have went to
Trinidad.
the boxing
Makoto,
gyms and got some footage, homie.
Wilfredo Gomez.
that's true. Mhm.
Benitez.
Shout out to all the Puerto Rican boxers out here.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout
Miguel
out to all
Cotto, Wilfredo Benitez.
Boxio.
Wilfred Benitez, excuse
Boxio.
me.
Wilfred Benitez, Xander Zayas. You got to mention him now. He's going to be the next up and
Yeah.
coming, represent Puerto Rico.
Yo, what's homeboy that went to jail for like killing his wife or something, his girlfriend or something, man? He
Yeah,
Puerto Rican. What
the
was it?
other. Yeah, he was Puerto Rican
Wally
too.
Shop now
135 pounder.
cats were killing
Yeah,
their wives and shit.
What was your man name
yeah.
again? What was his name? I forgot. I always forget his name, man.
I don't remember his name right now either. But I
But you
know
know,
you're not talking about.
he was another one that was hyped up, man, and then like ain't nothing really
John
happened
Ruiz, he was
besides him
from
killing his wife.
Massachusetts though, but
No disrespect to the, you know what I mean. Rest in peace to the sister, man. Damn. I'm just
I
saying.
do remember what's his name from Venezuela. What's his name again? Valero, Edwin Valero.
Yeah. He was a beast.
He was a beast as well.
He was
Yeah,
a beast.
Edwin Valera was a beast.
He was a beast.
yeah. But he ended up, killing, doing something crazy too.
Yeah,
So
he ended up dying
Was it
though. He got killed or he died or
Remember
something.
Alfredo
Plane crash.
Gomez,
Something happened to him, right? What happened to homeboy?
featherweight?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's crazy story. Yeah. Yeah, but he was
yeah, man.
bad. I think Manny Pacquiao was trying to duck Edwin Valero at the time. He ain't want no smoke with Valero. But he was a bad. I think it was like 27-0, 27 knockouts, something like that.
He was
Man,
knocking
he
out
was a bad
everybody. He was
man.
a beast. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was a beast. He was a beast for sure, man. But yo, Blicky, man. Yo, I know you traveling, moving around, man. You know what I'm saying? Be safe out there on the ground, you know what I'm saying? And make it
Word.
back home, man. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? We got some shows to do. You feel me? We got Man Up Mondays, man. So, you know what I mean? We got to get back to it.
I'll see you when you
We
get
coming
black.
back. Don't forget, we definitely will be doing Man Up Monday this Monday. Absolutely, we'll be doing Man Up Monday. And if y'all doing the after party, I'ma holler at y'all.
Yeah, I was gonna ask him if he wanted to do the post fight on the Facebook Live. We may get to it if he down. or I may roll solo dolo. You know, it's YOLO.
The
You know,
post
feel
fight
me?
party, the post fight.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
post fight.
y'all do the
Yeah,
post
yeah,
fight.
yeah,
Let me,
yeah.
I'll probably come back, but definitely hold it down for me. I see the brothers up there rocking out. Y'all already know what it is, man. Pragmatic, pugilistic, and I'm out of here.
You're
Peace.
all right,
All
brother.
right, peace,
Yo,
peace to
travel
the
safe,
God.
family. Peace, God.
Be safe, family. Peace, God.
That was the pragmatic one. Che Black checking in all the way from Puerto Rico, man. So now we can get to it. Let's get back to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to keep the show moving. And but nah, that was dope. I'm glad the brother checked in, man. But yeah,
Yeah, word.
real quick, I just want to update the viewers on what's going on with Terence Crawford in his fight, right? So I'm gonna play this clip from this podcast that he was on, where he spoke about the weight stipulations in regards to the contract.
You thinking about doing it at the 154-pound weight class, or are you going to stick to the rematch at 47, which is where it should be because that's where it happened?
Well, the contract states that either one or the other got to notify, in writing that he no longer can make the weight. If not, then the fight will be at 47. So the contract states that it have to go at 47 since neither I or Errol notified each other stating that we can make the weight.
Now you heard Terence Crawford just say that according to the contract that both fighters had to put in writing that they couldn't make the weight of 147. Now Errol Spence, I will say big up to Errol Spence. Shout out Errol Spence. He's been very quiet, as he probably should be, and probably will want to be after taking such a defeat like that. So a lot of the information we getting is coming from the Terence Crawford side. We don't know what Errol Spence has to say in regards to this matter, but he hasn't put out there. He did state after the fight, he wanted to see Terence Crawford at 154. But it wasn't put in writing according to the contract and what Terence Crawford is saying. So the fight is going to be taking place at 147 if he accepts the rematch. But I also want to get into a tweet that Terence Crawford put out there where he says 180. Ooh wee, 168 not far out of reach. He's letting it be known that he got his weight up right now. And that get down to 168 it's not a far stretch to get down to 168. 147 it seems, but I do remember him standing on the scale and being 177 before a fight he had at 147. So that's not he can make 147 because he had done it from being up that high in weight before, right? But he also put this Instagram post up where 1 second, where he writes, I just want what's mine and make all my haters and doubters eat they words. Work is never done because we stay working. Now, here's the one thing I noticed about him being at 180 pounds. You see them abs ripping through his tank top right there? His abs is still ripping. Let me make that. Let me let the people see that. His abs is still ripping through his tank top at 180 pounds. So what that mean to me, homeboy, stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready. Canelo or Charlo, whichever one win this fight, look like they gonna be in some trouble. Because my man is 180 pounds, ripped to shreds, ready to hurt something, man. You know what I'm saying? And man. So
let me ask
I
you
guess
this one
yeah, go ahead.
real quick. Who do you think would be an easier match for Terence Crawford out of the two, Charlo or Canelo?
I can't say, bro. Styles make fights.
Styles make fights. We got to see what
style.
type of Charlo shows up on fight night as well. All right, because I want to see him.
I will say.
Yeah.
I will say they're both naturally bigger than Terence. But people said the same thing about Errol. Now,
I don't know about that. Yeah, that's what I'm
no,
saying.
no,
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm saying before the fight, going into the fight, people said the same thing. Errol Spence is
Word.
the naturally bigger guy. Even though for my just using my eyes, like in the ring that night, Bud looked like the bigger, stronger man
Yo, Bud is
that
a
night.
bad man. When he was
Yeah,
in
man.
there, yeah, he
Yeah.
was giving some pure licks. Yeah.
But I
So
will say, just from a fan's perspective, I can't say who I think will be a tougher or easier fight for him, but who I want to see him fight.
yeah,
I would want to see him fight Canelo for that undisputed.
of course.
Like if I had to
For the
pick
bag.
between the two,
For the bag.
I would want to see him fight
For the
Canelo.
bag.
Yeah, get the bag and
You
get the
want to see?
restrap for
Yeah,
your
I want to see
career.
him beat. I want to see him beat Canelo up worse than the Mayweather did. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. It's
I
my
do
white
think
bitch.
I do think that I would like to, because Canelo got a hell of a chin. Say what you want about Canelo, his chin is
Nah,
granite.
he does. His chin is grand, and he has great reflexes, great head movement. Believe it or not, I mean, Canelo is that dude. All right. You got to be a damn hater to not appreciate Canelo's greatness. All right.
Right.
I mean, look, he's great. He does not move like a regular Mexican. All right.
No,
Um,
his
you
I mean
know,
he got slow feet though. Slow feet, but his upper body movement and his ability to slip punches,
yeah,
especially in
slip
the pot,
punches. Yeah,
is you never seen a Mexican fighter move like that. No disrespect to the Mexicans.
yeah.
I'm just saying, you never seen a Mexican fighter move like that. With that type of upper body movement, reflexes, he can fight inside. He can box a little bit, but
Yes, he can.
I will say his last few fights, he's kind of been looking like he's been looking for the one shot knockout his past few fights. Like he's not really throwing.
We
He used to
also
throw
have to
punches
remember that
in
he
combination. He's not really throwing combinations like he used to. That I will
not,
say.
that's
But
because of the gas tank. Mm. And his
see
gas tank
now,
is, you know what I mean? We got to
I
take
will
it
say
back to his gas tank.
Canelo has a high ring IQ. I would like to believe. Um, is it on the level of a Terence Crawford? I don't know. I think Terence Crawford ring IQ is probably a little bit superior than to Canelo's. It'll be a
Of course, because you
great.
saw what Bivol did. All right, Bivol smothered him. It did not allow him to get off. You know what I mean? And we got to give props to Bivol on that damn masterpiece of a class that he did versus Canelo. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because nobody thought that well, Canelo thought he was gonna go in there and beat up on Bivol, but Bivol had other plans, and he's still a bad boy. I mean, he's still bad. I mean, but I want to see him fight somebody else too. You know?
Well, what's homeboy name, man? That he's always injured. Yeah, like every time, every other month, man, he pushing his fight back, man. I can't think of homeboy.
Who?
Man,
Yardy? Anthony
nah,
Yard
nah,
or
nah,
Yard?
no,
No.
no, man. The other champion. He ain't fighting so
You
long. His
talk.
name escapes me.
Oh wow.
See, you
Uh,
can't even think of who I'm talking about. The
I don't
other
even remember
Russian,
his
man. The
name
other
right now.
Russian dude,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about with the.
Forgot
You
his
know what
name.
I'm
I
saying?
do know who you're talking about, man.
He look like Zangief
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Street
yeah.
Fighter.
From Street Fighter. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I know who you're
homeboy.
talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, homeboy. I can't think of his name because he always pushing his fights back. He always injured,
yeah.
pushing his fights back, man.
He's
But
always injured and
nonetheless,
shit.
just to kind of put a nail in this topic about Terence Crawford, is he ducking the rematch or chasing greatness? In my opinion, he's chasing greatness. I don't see a reason for him to be ducking the rematch
I don't think he ducking
with Errol
nobody. I don't think
Spence.
he
I don't
ducking
think he's
no
ducking nobody.
smoke.
Nah, absolutely. But he's 36 if I'm not mistaken, 36 years old. So he's approaching
Mm-hmm.
the end of his career. And he's looking for big fights and he's looking for greatness. And I think he's already solidified as a Hall of Famer, being a two-time undisputed champion at 140 and 147. And now that he wants to move up 3 weight classes, 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 weight
3.
classes
Yeah,
to fight for the undisputed title with the winner of
he can do it.
Canelo and Charlo. And I think the only thing in his way is if one of them dudes duck him for the fight. You know what I mean?
I tell you, I believe
But
he
that
can
would be
do it.
clearly the biggest fight in boxing. Probably
Clearly.
in many years. Probably since Mayweather Pacquiao, that'd be the biggest fight in boxing.
All right. So
Period.
let me ask you about. you know, I don't think we've spoken on the Regis Prograde, Devin Haney situation.
We about to get to
You
that. We
know,
about to get to that. Moving on. Um, on December 9th, we have Devin Haney, Regis Prograde. Don't mind the date that's down there on the bottom. I picked the wrong flyer. It's not October
it's all right.
28th.
We
The
know
fight is
what day.
actually
We know when it is.
the fight will be taking place December 9th in the arena that the Golden State Warriors play. I can't think of the name of it, man. But
Mm-hmm.
this is going to be an excellent fight. But I'm a little conflicted with this fight, bro. This fight really got me conflicted because if anybody that knows me knows that one of my
You're a
favorite
Regis
fighters in
fan.
the world,
Regis.
I'm a big Regis Prograde fan. Big Regis Prograde fan. And on top of that, I am a big Devin Haney fan. Like
So this is going to be
those
a good one. Yeah.
this like I this is gonna be probably one of the few fights where I'm not gonna make a pick. In my mind, I feel like I believe who's gonna win, but I'm not gonna make an official pick. I'm gonna watch this fight, wishing that it's a draw because I got love for both of these guys. These are two of my favorite fighters in the whole world. Regis Prograde is a beast. I think he don't
Yeah,
get the
he's a
credit.
monster. He's a throwback. He does not get his credit because he doesn't duck nobody. He comes to fight. All right. He got a hell of a chin. All right.
Yep.
And you know what I mean, he ain't afraid to take some shots. You know what I mean?
And
Unlike,
he put people to
you
sleep.
know, yeah. Unlike a Devin Haney he's gonna box you all day, but he don't really want that smoke. You know what I mean? He don't be really
I
wanting to.
no, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
I'm gonna
But
do
my
that.
man Dev.
I'm gonna tell you, he doesn't.
Dev,
He does. Dev
Dev,
don't.
Dev.
He don't like when it get too hot. He don't want it. He'll start the box. That's what I'm trying
I
to
don't
say.
look, man, you gotta win the fight.
Yeah,
You
but
gotta
what
win
I'm
you
saying
gotta
is that
win, you gotta win the fight,
he
man.
won't stay in the kitchen if y'all over there infighting. He's not gonna
He
stay there
stayed in the kitchen
infighting
with
with.
Loma. He stayed in the
He
kitchen with
was
Loma,
trying to,
man.
and you saw how that was happening. You saw what was happening. He was getting
Look,
touched
man,
up. If he does
I
that
had a
with Regis,
7-5 Haney. I scored that fight 7-5 Dev. Straight.
no,
No
I did
lie,
as
no
well.
cap.
Same thing. No
All right.
cap. Same
Come
thing.
on, man. Come
Yeah.
on, man. No
Because he
disrespect.
had a
Listen,
great
man.
start. Listen, Devin had a great start in that fight. All right.
Yeah.
He was allowing you know what I mean, Lomo to slip right back into the fight. You know what I mean? But that's Lomo's problem. The same thing when he did with Teofimo Lopez. Started too late. All right. He starts too
I
late.
mean,
He allows yeah.
me being a big Devin Haney fan, the one critique that I give him is that he don't move his head off the center line, right? He's kind of, especially because he's
Yo,
southpaw, he's gonna be
yeah.
right there for that straight left. He's gonna be right there for
Take
that
one
straight
sec.
left.
Hold on one more.
Yep. Do your thing. I'm gonna keep it moving a little bit until you come back to me. Yeah. So when it comes to the Regis Prograde Devin Haney fight, I am very, very conflicted. Not gonna make an official pick because I'm a fan of both fighters, but I did find this clip, this interview that Regis Prograde did with Fight Hub. Shout out to Fight Hub. And I thought this clip was it was very interesting, this interview of what he had to say in regards to what he's trying to do to Devin Haney when he get in the ring. But here's Regis Prograde.
I feel like he's.
Oh, 1 second. 1 second. Let me bring that back.
He's not gonna be able to stop it.
Why is that?
I just feel like physically, I'm just more superior, and I obviously I can box too. People, I think they forgetting I can still box. I can still do all this stuff. I'm still fast. I'm still strong. I still have a chin. So, and physically, I really think I'm just too much. That's all. I mean, Devin
He's
has
a
30
bad
fights
man.
with 15 knockouts. So that means he can't crack an egg. You know, I have fucking 29 fights with 24, 29, 30 fights, whatever I have with fucking 24 knockouts. And I be putting people to sleep. So I just think I'm superior. Like physically, I feel like I'm superior. Boxing wise, yeah, he has that. But I feel like I still have to hit him. At the end of the day, we're in a boxing ring. We're going to go 12 rounds. I'm still going to touch you. And when I touch you, and I feel like it's not gonna be nice.
Man, and yo,
Oh
look,
man. I
shout out
can't wait
Regis
to this fight
Prograde.
now. I can't
Shout
wait
out
to this
Regis
fight, bro.
Prograde. That's what I'm saying. Shout out Regis Prograde. Shout out Devin Haney. And shout out Fight Hub, man. Man, I think, but what he said, here's what he said. And I respect Regis because what he said was, it was a thou wow. He kept it a thou wow, and I think it was very accurate what he said too. And I'm not no disrespect to Devin Haney, but yeah, when he said he can't crack an egg, I'm not saying I'm not.
Yo, I had to laugh when
The
he said that shit.
the record speaks for itself. He don't have that many knockouts in comparison
Knockout power. He doesn't have
to Regis Prograis, right? But he did say when it comes to boxing, he got that. He got that. I took that to mean like he got that over me. I can box, but he got more of the boxing over me. But I'm putting cats to sleep. When I hit cats, and he was like, "It's a 12-round fight. I'm going to hit you." And this is what intrigues me about this fight to begin with. It's like, can the boxing skill set of a Devin Haney keep somebody with the pressure and the power of Regis Prograis off him for 12 rounds? Like, I feel like just knowing how persistent and how aggressive Regis can be, especially I know he's determined in his fight. I just saw I saw him tweet earlier, him leaving his 2 daughters. I believe he got 2 daughters.
Yeah.
He was leaving his 2 daughters to go to training camp, and they was crying and all this and that. So you see the sacrifices that he's making for his family, right? You see that
this is Regis probably his biggest fight. This is probably Regis' biggest fight because because a lot of people the Josh Taylor fight, you know what I mean, the first one and the second one. All right. But you know what I mean, that first one was definitely a goodie, but all right. So they gave it to Josh on that first one, then Regis came back on that second one. So I think this one may you know what I mean, this one may go three times. They may fight 3 times. You know what I mean, the type of fighter that Regis is, I'll give him, you know what I mean, I'll give him 36 rounds with Devin. I'm not even going
Here's what he said that got me like, I could tell his mindset, like he's hungry. Right? I could tell his mindset is like, what's in front of me is greater than what is in my past. I see what's in front of me, and I'm looking to seize every opportunity. He said, I believe I'm 2 fights away from being a household name, from being a superstar, right? Basically. Or being a star in boxing. And here's what he didn't name names, but this is how I'm gauging it and how I'm seeing it. I beat Devin Haney. What's next? A unification with Teofimo Lopez.
Yep.
You beat Devin Haney and Teofimo back to back. Yeah, you on that level. You have now reached a level of stardom that has been escaping him his whole career, which is why I'm like, for Devin Haney, this is a very, very dangerous fight. Very, very dangerous fight. And big up to Devin Haney for taking this fight. This is a big up also. Fight, man.
Let me say this, man. We keep sleeping on Teofimo, man. Teofimo has reinvented himself in his last fight, you know what I mean, and has come back, all right, because people was, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's his damn pops that make people hate on him, you know what I'm saying? It's his pops that make people dislike Teofimo, and a couple of those black comments that he was saying, you know what I mean? So that's why a lot of people's like, they don't rock with him.
They both talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Over here at the Parry, we don't respect it. We don't respect that, man. You keep that, keep that over there.
No, we deal with black solidarity over here. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But man, I still fuck with Teofimo. I definitely like him as a fighter. I do think that, you know what I mean, he's still a world-class fighter. I would like to see him, you know what I mean, in there with some more competition. You know what I mean? Give some of these other dudes, you know, a chance. You know what I mean?
But what's next? And that's why, the reason why this Regis Prograis Devin Haney fight is so huge in my eyes is
because it sets up everybody else. Yeah,
it sets up that everything else in that 140-pound division. Now it's gonna we're gonna see who's the man at 140 now. We're gonna see who's the man now. Teofimo right now, just on paper, based off who he beat, and he got the majority of the straps. Teofimo can look at himself as the man at 140. Am I right or am I wrong? Right.
No, you're right.
He can look at whether us as fans agree with that or not. Him and the in a spot that he done carved out for himself in the 140-pound division, he can look at himself as the man. You also got Ryan Garcia creeping up, looking like he about to fight Rolly or it's a couple names on his jacket. No,
I don't hear
I know
nothing
he ain't
about.
the champion yet. I'm just saying it's this 140-pound division is starting to get a lot more interesting. It's starting to get a lot more like the young names from 130, 135. They don't these guys moved up to
Yep, the
140
Richard, the
now.
Hitchison. Yeah, I
The
mean,
Richard Hitchisons, Cepeda. We're gonna
yeah,
get into that a little bit, you know what I'm saying, a little later. But like, listen, man. Listen. This 140-pound division is getting interesting, and I think it all starts with this Regis Prograis Devin Haney fight on December 9th. And like I said, I'm not gonna make an official pick. If you ask me who I'm more of a fan of, if I had to pick which fighter I'm more of a fan of at the current moment,
don't
I'm
don't
probably more
even
of a
don't
Devin
even say.
Haney. I'm probably more of
Yeah.
a Devin Haney fan, but I can't root for Devin Haney in this fight because I am also a very big Regis Prograis fan. Like,
Man,
so
I want
I
to know
just want to see a
whatever
good fight.
happened. What happened with that Richardson, Hitchison, and Montana Love? What happened with Montana? Montana Love was popping mad shit. So you know, what I mean, is he ducking Africa? Because I think Africa give him that smoke.
I think
That's just me.
Montana Love is getting more of a reputation for ducking than for fighting nowadays. And I don't think he want that
Word.
smoke with Africa. So no disrespect to Montana Love, but listen, fam, you're gonna have to back up your words when you talking, you know what I'm saying? And these young fighters, other fighters is calling you out, you gotta get in the mix, man. This is the era of boxing we in now. These young dudes is mixing it up now. These young
I
dudes is
mean,
mixing it up now.
he hasn't fought all year. Now, Montana
Well,
Love, he ain't fight all
well,
year
that's what you get
since
for
he
signing to the zone. I don't know, man. I can't call it, but I'm just saying.
yeah, since he lost in the 6th round, since he got knocked out to Spanish buddy or whatever dude name was Spark or whatever the fuck the guy name was he had fought. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that fight. But I'm not gonna make a pick. You making the pick? Who you got in that fight? The Prograis Haney fight.
Uh, well, to tell you the truth, man, I like Regis on the upset. All right. I like Regis on the upset. You ask me 2 different days. You ask me tomorrow, I'm gonna tell you I like Devin outboxing him. You ask me today, I'm gonna tell you I want Regis on the upset. You know what I'm
Nah, I
saying?
feel you.
You ask me
I feel
tomorrow,
you.
I may tell you Devin may just outbox him like he did. You know what I mean? Because Devin has that ability, man. You know what I mean? To make everybody he can sit there all day and just outbox and don't have to engage if he wants to. All right.
Yeah.
But if Regis makes it dirty, oh, it's gonna be a long night for Devin. All
Yo,
right.
I'm
A
listen,
long night.
let me state for the record, I'm not just a Devin Haney fan, but I'm also a Bill Haney fan. Shout out to Bill Haney, man. I just love how he and his son work together and how he always got his son back, man. And he keeps
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
props.
I'm a
Real
fan of
fathers
both of
matter.
them, man.
Real fathers matter. Word.
Nah,
Word.
absolutely, man. But moving on. Um, let's get to this, man. Man, this undercard is really, really interesting to me. The Canelo versus Charlo undercard. Now, we're gonna skip the Canelo Charlo fight because we're doing a fight preview for that next week, Friday,
Mm-hmm.
the 29th. We're gonna do hopefully you could join us for that, brother. Myself, the
Word.
pragmatic Che Black, and my brother Jamal Blood
Inshallah.
Clyde
Yeah.
Williams,
Word.
who's
Yeah.
who's now become our like official, unofficial guest stand-in
Word.
analyst.
I would definitely always come in and stand in. You know what I mean? Support my brother Shay Blicky. You know what I mean? And Bomani UFG all day. You know what I mean?
No
Two
doubt.
solid brothers. So
Absolutely.
definitely it's nothing, man. We want to see what's going on, man. We love boxing so much, bro. You know what I mean? We used to talk about it on the phone. Now we over here for hours, and now what we doing? You know what I mean? Podcasting. So, you know what I mean? It's life to us, man.
Yo, we are fans first. Like
Word.
we're not like a podcasting for the sake of we just want to be talking. We are speaking from the perspective of fight fans first here at the Parry. You know what I mean? We like fighters, we dislike
And
other
let's speak
fighters.
about the
Mm-hmm.
undercard. My
Yeah.
boy
Okay, well,
Keandre Leatherwood supposed to be fighting Terrell Goucher in an 8
okay,
rounder. on the Canelo Charlo undercard. I don't know if it's going to be televised, but you know, I mean, Terrell Goucher is a good name. I would like for my boy Keandre to go handle business. Keandre Lightning Leatherwood out here in Atlanta. So I'd like him to handle business and do what he do. You know what I'm saying?
Keandre Leatherwood, Lightning Leatherwood, man. So yo, tell us what your history is with this brother, man, and how you know him.
Keandre is a good dude. I known him from about 2008, 2009. You know, I used to spar with him. Used to be one of his main sparring partners. You know, just a sharp dude, man. You know what I mean? I know he's being coached by Mustafa now. He was one of the captains in that TLC, what they had, what was it called? That I don't remember the name of it. TCL. I think it's called TCL. That little that boxing thing that they had, you know, representing different cities, New
Yeah,
York, you know what I mean, Atlanta, LA, you know what I mean, Vegas and things of that nature. So Atlanta did go to the finals versus New York and lost. You know what I mean? Of
let's
course,
go
New
New
York had
York.
to be on
You
top.
see, you say
Yeah, but
let's
you
go
know,
New
I'm in the
York.
A.
Yeah, yeah,
But you know, it was definitely good. But I give props to Keandre. He's still grinding, still going at it, and things of that nature. And I wish him nothing but the best of luck versus Terrell Goucher, who is a veteran in that 8 round. And I would like him to, you know, pull a little upset. I don't know if it's going to be televised, but you know, it could happen. You never know.
well, uh, good luck to that brother, man. I hope he wins. You know what I'm saying? Because he a part of basically if he a part of your family, you're part of the Parry family. So we pulling for the
Word.
brother. You know what I'm saying, to come out victorious over Terrell Goucher. But the Yordenis Ugas versus Mario Barrios. I mean, I like this fight.
I
I like
like
this
that
fight.
fight as well, bro. I
I like
really
this
do.
fight.
And the reason why I like that fight is because Ugas, people sleep on Ugas, man. You know what I mean? Just because Errol, you know what I mean, swole up his eye and make him eye them, you know what I mean, swell up so you know what I mean that
Broke up him eye, yeah, man.
yeah,
He
and
broke his
broke up
eye
in
up,
my
man.
body. Yeah, yeah. But you know what I mean? Barrows, you know, Mario Barrios, excuse me. He's a good fighter. He's also definitely a good fighter.
And he
Um
lost to was it Javante? Who he lost to? He lost to Keith
I
Thurman?
think no. What the fuck to do again? My bad, man. The weed. I gotta look it up real quick. You know what I mean?
I
But
know he stepped up when he fought, but anyway, Mario Barrios is definitely a good fighter, man. But Yordenis Ugas is world class, former champion. This is for the interim WBC welterweight title. Basically putting
hmm
themselves in line to get an ass whooping by Terence Crawford if he don't vacate them belts. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Um, Definitely looking forward to that fight. The undercard is stacked. Yo, Dennis Ugos, Mario Barrios, two good names in the sport, two warriors. Both of these guys come to fight. Um, Ugas 27-6, 12 knockouts. Don't let the knockouts, the amount of knockouts he got, kind of deceive you. Oh, did we freeze?
hmm
What happened? Oh, we back. I can hear you, but my
Yeah,
screen frozen.
Barrows. He lost to Keith Thurman and Javante Davis. You are right. Yeah, those are the
Oh,
two
see,
people that he lost to.
come on, man. It's the Parry, man. I know what I'm talking about. But oh, my screen froze.
Yeah,
Let
it's
me
all
see
right.
something real
You know
quick.
what I mean?
Hold on. Yeah, we done froze
Yeah,
up over here.
you are right. He did. He lost to Keith and he lost to Javante. I mean, those are his two losses. But he's a hell of a fighter. Hell of a fighter, man. Uh,
And then you got
and you
the
know what?
Jesus Ramos Jr.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't mean to get off topic, but is your boy Shakur gonna fight De Los Santos? Is that signed?
I believe that's signed. Hold on. My screen is frozen. Let me see if I can leave and then hop back in real quick without ending the
Yeah,
screen.
yeah,
Give me one
yeah.
second.
But that would definitely be a great fight. It's going to be a difficult fight. De Los Santos does come to fight. I don't know how hard it's going to be, but I'll tell you this: your man De Los Santos went out to Jersey and was in Newark. Went out to Shakur Stevenson's block. Didn't just come to Newark, but pulled up on his block, calling him out. So you know, all of Newark is like, yo. Shakur, you better fight this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like push come to shove, you better put pause on this dude. You know what I mean? Because he pulled up on the block. You know what I mean?
Man,
And made you look
he was
bad.
downtown Newark. He was nowhere near the block. He was by the Prudential Center, but it's all good. I respect it. I know what he was trying to do. And yo, part man, I see that my screen, at least on my side, on my end, is frozen. I'm just gonna keep talking,
Inside.
man. It is what it is. Nobody need to
Yeah.
look at my face anyway, as long as you can hear my voice. So we good with it.
Bird.
But yeah,
Good
this
money.
Jesus Ramos Jr., Erickson Lubin fight is what really got me interested in the undercard. Jesus Ramos Jr. is coming off a victory over Joey Spencer. Probably the only
Mm-hmm.
really good name on his. I can say good name, but really like probably the
Nah, I
biggest
don't say
name on
that.
his
Don't do
resume. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, probably the biggest name on his resume when he beat Joey Spencer. And I was, he's another young fighter. Joey Spencer was my guy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I really like Joey
Yeah.
Spencer, man. So I was kind of upset that my man Joey Spencer lost. But shout out to Jesus Ramos Jr. and Erickson Lubin. Uh-oh,
The
what
hammer.
happened here?
The hammer. Mm.
Yo, my computer
Erickson the
just
hammer Lube.
acting up on me right now. I don't know what's
Yeah.
happening over here. But okay, here we
That's
go.
the,
I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. All right, boom. It froze up for a
we're
second, but
gonna
I'm back.
talk about the hammer.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
All
man.
right, boom. Yeah, so um Erickson Lubin, he fresh off the war against Fundora. You know what I'm saying? That was
Yeah.
a war. That was a great fight. That was a great fight.
It was a great fight, but it one of them type of fights that take years off of you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah, it was a definitely a great fight. Your man, what's the Fundora? He fights. He's a tall fighter, but doesn't fight tall. All right,
right.
and that's to his detriment because that's exactly what happened when he fought Mendoza. When Mendoza knocked him out in the seventh round. So I mean, we got to know that he's a tall fighter. He needs to fight tall, but he doesn't. You
Now
know what I mean? And that
Fundora is tough as they come at the super welterweight division, man.
oh
I
yeah,
like Fundora,
I
but
like I like
Lubin
it.
is my guy. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. Lubin is
Listen,
my guy.
that was what you call a pretty loss. You know what I mean? Like look, he
He
fought
did
a
like
hell of a damn fight.
you can't hold your head down after a fight like
No,
that.
like that.
Erickson
That was
Lubin,
a
you
hell of a
cannot
war,
hold your
and he
head
dropped
down.
him.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That's why he's the
Nah, that was
hammer
a
for a
great
reason.
fight. That was a great fight.
You
Shout
know
out
what I
Erickson
mean?
Lubin. And then right after that, right off of that, after that loss against Sebastian Fundora, he scored a knockout against Luis Arias. Arias, I can't say
Yeah,
the brother's name.
Arias. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That's a
Yeah, that's another
yeah,
good.
yeah.
That's another good dub right there for the brother. So now he's stepping up against the undefeated Jesus Ramos Jr. Another good young up and coming fighter at 154. I think this
Mm-hmm.
fight between the two kind of established them like it should get him a title shot. Like it
Listen,
should get him a
Erickson
title
Lubin
shot against
after
like. Go ahead.
Erickson Lubin after he lost to Charlo, he was on his comeback. Building himself up. You know what I mean? Fighting. The E. Shake Smiths of the world. The Jamaican Nathaniel Gallimore. So and then Fedora and then Luis Arias. So this next fight is going to be great for him, man. I'm looking forward to him, putting that work in. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
I'm looking forward to him putting that work in and being that dude because, you know, I, I like Erickson the Hammer, the Lubin. I really do, man. I like his team. Steve, he's trained by Cunningham. So I really respect him, man. I really do, and I wish him
Well
nothing but the best.
I mean, we saving our picks for the Charlo Canelo fight until next week. But what's your picks for the undercard? Who you got out of the Udonis Ugas Mario Barrios fight? Who you got? Who you
I
picking?
got Ugas. All right. And the reason why I have Ugas, I just think his output, all right, he throws a lot of punches. All right. And I think he's gonna outwork Barrios. Barrios may have a couple of good rounds here and there, but I just think that work rate of Ugas is gonna outdo him. You know what I mean? And especially because Ugas got a lot back to prove, after that loss because he hasn't fought since Errol Spence. So I think he's going to be back, to want to be back up there in the upper echelon of the division. So I think he has a lot to prove. You know what I mean?
I
And
agree.
then with
No, hold on, hold
with
on, hold on.
Lubin, yeah,
We're gonna get to the next one. We're gonna get to the next one. Let me just give my pick. I agree. I pick a Ugas to win this fight. Like you, I think his output is probably gonna be a bit too much for Mario Barrios. At the same time, I think just the level of competition that he's been in the ring with,
exactly.
is the experience is just too much. I think for it's gonna be for Mario Barrios. So I think he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter, but Dennis Ugas is a world class fighter. He's a champion,
Facts.
and he beat Manny Pacquiao. So let's go ahead and keep it a beam. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Let's get it.
His
Yes, he did.
his
Yes,
his
he did.
experience is a bit. I think it's gonna be a bit too much for Dennis. I mean, for Mario Barrios. Now, the Jesus Ramos Jr. versus Erickson Lubin fight. Who you picking in that one?
Woo, woo. Listen, the way I saw how he did Spencer, you know what I mean? I think Erickson Lubin better be on his A game for this fight. That's just me. He better not go in there and try to pull trying to be like how he was with Frondora and sitting there trying to slug all day. If he does that with Jesus Ramos, it may be an early night. All right, because that dude is big. Pause. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
pause.
Yeah, yeah, he's a big dude for his weight class. So but I'm still going with Erickson Lubin. You know what I mean? I'm still riding with the hammer.
Well,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say this, man. Like, it's one thing. Like, we are fans. I'm a fan of boxing, but I gotta call it how I see it as somebody that knows boxing. My pick is for Jesus Ramos to win this fight, but my heart is with Lubin. It's one of them
Word,
situations where I hope that I'm wrong, right?
word.
So if I'm wrong on this one, believe me, I'm not upset. I'm happy the fact that the person that I'm picking to win this fight don't win this fight. I'm going. I want that hammer. You know what I'm saying? To win this fight, Erickson Lubin. He's been my guy before the Charlo fight. I thought he
Yeah,
was one of
because
the.
another reason
I
why I
thought he
would
had
like him to
super
win.
potential.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
another reason I would like for Erickson Lubin to win is because if he loses, all right, he's going to be in obscurity right after this. He's going to be a gatekeeper. He's going to be, you know what I mean? Oh, let's just fight him. He's a gatekeeper. He's going to turn into like how they do in J-Rock now. You know what I mean? Just throwing anybody to him. So I don't
Man,
want them to do Erickson Lubin like that because, Julian J-Rock Williams is a great fighter, but now look at him. People talking about he need to retire. All
well,
right?
all I'm gonna say is, man, sac passe to all my Haitians, man, sac up fet. You know what I'm saying? To my Haitian people out there, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Eric Salubin, man. I'm pulling for you, man. But my boxing mind is picking Jesus Ramos Jr. to win this fight in a good fight.
Yeah,
In a good
yeah,
fight, though.
fight
It's gonna be
in a good
competitive.
damn fight. It's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be
good.
damn competitive. Yeah,
Absolutely.
because like I said, I didn't I the last when I saw Jesus Ramos how big he is paws in the ring. Damn. So we're gonna see, man, because he looks like he about a 165. He looks like a damn light heavyweight in there. So we'll definitely see what it's on fight night, man. But I
Yeah.
appreciate the honor, what I mean, of being able to be a part of the Parry, quick jab off the Parry tonight. So I definitely appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for being here, brother. But we gonna move on to our final piece of boxing news. Tomorrow night, we got hold on. We got this Hitchens versus Cepeda fight. Richardson Hitchens versus, man, that name, man. Richardson Hitchens.
Yeah, yeah, say that
Richardson
fast.
Hitchens. You know what I'm saying?
We just gonna
AKA
call him Africa.
Africa. We gonna call him
That's what
Africa.
we.
You know what I
We just
mean?
gonna call you
Fighting
Africa.
against
You ain't trying to have us say his name fast. Richard
Richardson
Yeah,
Hitchens. Fighting against
yeah.
Jose Cepeda. Richardson Hitchens is 16-0. Jose Cepeda is 37-3. And if we looking at resume, you know what I'm saying, Cepeda, you know what I'm saying, he got knocked out by Regis Prograis, but that's neither here nor there. But he beat
Now
Hank
let me ask you
Lundy.
this.
He beat Jose Petraza, and he also beat Ivan Baranchik, which is some good
Yes,
names.
he did. Yes, sir.
Those
Some
some
great
solid
names.
names. You know what I'm saying? Those some
So
solid
now, if
names, man.
Hitchison beats Zepeda, would you like to see him in a fight with Regis? or Devin Haney, because he's been calling out the top guys for a minute now. All right. And Africa, in boxing circles, it's known Africa be giving that work to people in the gym. All right. Look, it's known in boxing, sir. He gives that work. So he don't duck no smoke, not getting his shot. All right. Some people feel that it's because, the marketability aspect, and things like that. If you ever looked at it, have they ever marketed or pushed an extremely dark-skinned boxer? The last one, that they pushed like that was maybe Antonio Tarver. You know what I mean? And they didn't even really push him too much. He had to
knock out Roy Jones.
He had to knock out Roy. So, and there is racism in boxing. I don't care what nobody says. All right. And they don't push him. All right. If you too dark, they push you in the dark. All right. Or they don't give you your shot. He's one of the blackest fighters out there. All right. And he's not getting no type of love. You know what I mean? I got to keep it 100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Africa ain't getting no love out here. Ain't getting no love out here, man.
Yo.
You know what I mean? They not promoting him right. No, they not promoting him right. Look, it's a wonderful name, but they not promoting him right. He's a hell of a fighter, all right? And he should be promoted a lot better than he is for his skill level.
He's a part of that camp. The Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis,
yeah.
They all are part of the same camp, same team. I think they all fought in the Olympics together. Hitchin.
Yeah,
did he fight in the Olympics? Yeah, did Africa fight in the Olympics? I'm not sure he fought in the Olympics.
No, he did not.
Keyshawn and Shakur did. But Hitchens is one of one that's part of their crew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in regards to Hitchens fighting Regis or Devin Haney, I think depending on who wins that fight, let's just say if Devin Haney wins that fight, I think it's a little bit too soon for Hitchens to step up to take on.
So who would you like to see him fight? Who would you like to see him fight after as a pay?
I think he could fight the loser of that fight. Whoever loses that fight. But I do think that maybe Devin Haney, as far as the name, not the skill set or whatever, but as far as the name, I just think he's just a little bit out of reach right now. He could probably get into the ring with a Regis Prograis. You know what I'm saying? And beating a Regis would kind of take him to that level where it's like, now you got to fight me. You know what I'm saying? Dev, you know what I mean? If Devin was to win that fight. So I think the loser of that fight will be a good matchup.
I'll tell you right now, that fight is not going to be one time. You know what I mean? Yeah, the brother is darker than Bud. All right. Africa is probably one of the darkest fighters out there. All right.
Listen, shout out. Listen, man, we not getting into. Listen, man.
I'm not getting into the colorism, but I gotta keep it 100. You know what I mean?
No, I get what you're saying in regards to the fighters that they push.
I gotta deal with it. I gotta deal with it with the promotion aspect of it. He's a hell of a fighter. All right, but the people, I don't know if they have a some type of colorism in boxing to where they don't promote them type of fighters that are, as you know what I mean, like him. You know what I mean? And he's a great fighter, man. I mean, he's home. It's American bred right here. You know, and they're not promoting him like they're supposed to. You know what I mean? I don't know if he needs to go across the street, you know what I mean, and get a different promotional company and leave them, you know, who he's with. I don't know if he's with Top Rank, you know, right now, but he needs to do something, man, because
he's fighting on the zone, so he got some type of he's fighting on the zone, so he's with Matchroom, and
he's with Matchroom. Yeah, but if not, he's going to end up like another Demetrius Andrade. You know what I mean? And then purgatory, just trying to get a good fight towards the end of your career. You know what I mean? So he need to fight somebody, bro. You know what I mean? Because he's a young dude. We don't want to wait till he's about to be out the window, out the door, and then he get a big fight. You know what I mean? Towards the end of his career. Like Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, you know, is finally getting a fight. Finally. You know what I mean? We don't know what the hell he's gonna do. You know what I mean? He's been, you know, a former
I think
Olympian.
he's supposed to fight
Yeah,
Benavidez.
Benavidez.
Yeah,
Yeah, he signed the contract and all that. But
man.
you
Look,
know,
man,
that's what I'm trying to
that's the
say.
one. But I don't even want to talk about that fight yet, because as we get closer to that one,
that's
we're gonna be
that is
having
the one.
yeah, that's another good one. We're gonna be previewing a lot. You know what I'm saying?
And
Probably
I
talking
fuck
about that
with
fight a lot as we
Benavidez.
get
I
closer.
fuck with
I like
Benavidez because
I like both them
look,
guys,
he's a
man.
monster.
It's another case of where two of my, you know what I mean, fighters that I really like is going against each other. So I don't know if I'm gonna be making the pick for that. I'm gonna leave that one alone, man. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Word,
But
word.
yeah, man. Yo, let me ask you a question, man. You gonna be able to join me on the Facebook Live for the post fight, or you dipping out?
When is that? Tonight?
Right after this, man. We going to end this one. We going right to that.
Yeah, sure. I just gotta roll up. You know how we do. I'm coming off
Well,
2
you can do that.
jobs,
You can
man.
do that on Facebook. You can do that because on Facebook the topics is open. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, the Parry, you just search the
You know
Parry
I am.
Facebook group.
Yeah,
You know, not I know you are, but you know what I'm saying. Anybody that's
yeah.
watching, we got a private Facebook group where we go in and we connect with a lot of people that's already in the group. We talk about everything under the sun. We still talk about boxing, but however, the topics is open for whatever you want to discuss.
Anything.
We bring
Word.
people on the live stream to chop it up with us for a little bit, and it's a way to connect with people that are supporting us, man. So on that note, man, you got any parting words you want to say to the people?
Man, y'all, you know, check out the Parry. You know, I want to thank Bomani and you know, Shay Black for allowing me to come on and to be a part of the Parry. Quick jab off the Parry, man. And we'll see y'all next week on Man Up Mondays. All right. So peace to y'all.
Yeah, just want to thank everybody for once again tuning in with us. Shout out everybody
Word.
that was in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat that was supporting us, man, here on YouTube today on the Parry. I am your host, Bomani UFG.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? With my brother Jamal Bloodclot Williams. Shout out to the
On
pragmatic
Facebook.
Jake Black, who's traveling with us. You know what I'm saying? You can join us on Facebook for the post fight if you're in the private group. If not, search the group and we'll add you. You know what I'm saying? Just answer the questions, you know what I'm saying, that come along with joining the group, and we'll add you, man. But I just want to
we on Instagram
thank
too.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You know what? Jab that like button, uppercut that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? And scan and slap around that share button. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. We on Instagram and Twitter at the Parry 101. Please follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We need all the support we can get. You know what I'm saying? Once again, shout out my brother, the pragmatic Jay Black. He'll be back with us on Man Up Mondays. And this is the Parry where we don't pull and duck no punches. And the Parry is fundamental to boxing. Yeah. Black.
Blacka.